What's going on, 522 gang?
What's happening? What's popping? And welcome back to the CEEQUISESHOw.
Yes, you already know. So today we're here with my guy Miles, and Miles is an engineer, and you want to talk to them a little bit, tell them what you do?
So my name is Miles, and I am the owner and founder of Cane & Laser Solutions. That's about it. Nothing too exciting. But what is exciting is what this thing does. So that's what we're going to be showing you guys a little bit about today. We do laser engraving, and we also do some 3D printing, and we just do kind of an array of all those things. So the exciting stuff happens inside of here. Just kind of open it up, show you. You guys are in for a little bit of a treat because you're going to see what we're going to do with this thing. Today we're actually making some watch bands for Apple Watches for both of these guys. They were kind enough to come and do a shout out with me, and I figured I'd do some custom work for them. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go.
Awesome. All right, well, let's get to it.
All right. So we're going to take what's on this screen and put it on the clasp of your watch band. All the design work's already done. We do things with different hatch settings so we can get different effects. We can pull different things out of the design. We also have different settings in our pin box here, so it's dependent on the material that we're using. We have this dialed in, which is I've spent hours and hours and hours trial and error trying to figure out these different settings in order to get the clarity and quality that you see here. So all that hard work's already been done, and we're literally just going to push a button now.
It's amazing. So, what are your price ranges? Like, what do they range around?
Sure. So normally with laser engraving shops, you'll range anywhere from $65 an hour to about around $100 an hour. And it depends on the quality. So this particular laser machine, this is a 60 watt MOPA laser machine, and it can do what a lot of your lower end lasers cannot do. And this also happens to be a very expensive piece of equipment. This is not a Chinese laser. This is made right here in America. This has the ability to do a lot of things that the less expensive models can't do. So I charge on the higher end of that scale, which is right around $100 an hour. However, it's quality. So I do all of my own designs in-house, the whole 9 yards, and I actually put a lot of time into it. So to give you an example, with your guys' watch bands, I put around 2 hours worth of just getting the design tweaked and perfect to achieve the level of quality and accuracy and precision that you see on these.
What's your range? What's the variety going on?
So, I mean, pick a thing. Really, like it's that's the best way I can describe it. I can do anything from firearm engraving, which I don't do anything with a serial number on it because I'm not an FFL right now, but I have applied for my license. So as soon as my FFL is approved, I will be doing firearm engraving. And that's, you can get really intricate with that. A lot of scroll work in your slides and whatnot. It's absolutely beautiful, some of the stuff that can be done. But tooling, like if a machine shop were to contact me and they had a bunch of end mills or drills or taps and dies or whatever. I mean, anything that you could think of in a fab shop or a tool and die shop, I can engrave those. So if they needed QR codes, barcodes, serial numbers, what the tool is, you know, I can put all that in. And the beautiful thing is, with this software package that I use, I can enter alphanumerical data. So earlier we were talking about identification tags, like the RV industry. So you take a place, like a big RV manufacturer like Jayco or something. If they were to contact me and say, hey, you know, we're sending 100,000 units out our door at the end of next week, and we need all of these identification tags, here's the Excel file, can you do it? Well, the short answer is yes, I can do it, and I can turn it around, and I don't know, out of 100,000, that would put my tag slider behind you. That would probably really stress that thing out, but it would be done in, I'd say, a week's time, maybe, for 100,000 units. So metals, all kinds of metals. There's really not any metal that I can't engrave on. I can do various plastics. I can do some glass with this machine. But those are all things that I don't really touch too much on because that's just not the market that I've broken into yet. However, as this expands and grows, I will be adding an additional machine, which is a CO2 laser, which opens up to wood and all kinds of glass products and things of that nature. This is a very, I guess, sought after skill or a very sought after service that a lot of places need. And in a lot of instances, a lot of places don't know that they need it. So it's kind of random, But with that too, business cards. Like, a lot of people right now use just regular paper business cards. Well, we do metal ones. So that's what those are. And we make them right here in house. So they're awesome. I mean, and that's when people feel these, it stands out. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So we don't actually call these business cards. We call them we mean business cards, right? That's
definitely not something you could just jam in your wallet or your pocket.
Right.
It's gonna jam back,
Exactly. And it clinks, right? When you drop it on the table, it's grabbing attention. So there's a lot of value in that. Like, especially if you're, think if you're an executive or something, you're walking into a business meeting and among your colleagues and everyone's exchanging business cards and things of that nature. That's what people do. Imagine dropping that on the table and making a thud. Like, people are gonna say, "Hey, who's that?" Right?
Right.
So that's kind of just little things like that can kind of help you get an edge. That's something that we offer here. Magazines, like for like AR-15s, rifles. We can do anything on those.
Absolutely anything is what he's saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, if you have an idea and you want to know if I can do it, just tell me. I think just call me, and if I can do it, I'll say, hey, bring it on. Let's do it.
Sweet.
So
my final question I have for you is, how can people reach out to you, get in contact with you, so that way they can get something shaking and rocking and rolling with you?
So I'm based out of Goshen, Indiana, and I do this right in my home. It's I didn't really see the need to buy a facility for this when I can do it right out of my basement.
The comfort of your home.
Exactly. That's where I'm located. My email is info@canonlasers.com. That's info@CANAANLASERS.com.
We'll make sure that's in the description down below, by the way.
Yeah. My telephone number, office number is 260-409-4026. So we're also on Instagram, TikTok, all of your social media platforms. Just look up Canon Laser Solutions and you'll find us. You'll see the big lion's head logo. That's me.
And that's on all platforms.
Yep.
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
Yep. Well, so TikTok is msmith_89 is my TikTok ID. So
and then all the rest of the panhandles are the same?
Yeah, all the rest of them is Canon Laser Solutions. One other thing with pricing, just kind of touch back on that a little bit. So when it comes to like volume and short runs is what I call them.
Okay.
My pricing fluctuates, right? So I'm not going to charge $100 an hour to do, just like a one-off thing. Like if someone comes to me and says, hey, I want a watch band made, if I already have a design in place and everything's there, you'll be about $150 for the watch band, and that's mainly just because of the time that I've put into it. And normally my design time's right around 2 hours, so I'm actually getting like half the price, essentially, or like a 25% discount, I guess, if you really want to break it down in terms of hours. So I work with people. There isn't really a set price. Normally, if I'm looking at something, I can quote it quick, and I already have a good idea how long it's going to take me, and I kind of adjust accordingly. So when it comes to that $100 an hour price, normally that's for larger companies that are doing massive volume.
Gotcha.
Like a tumbler cup, for example, like you've seen my little Gucci logo thing I did there. I didn't really have a whole lot of time into that. I was just playing around with it. And normally, like on something for a tumbler cup, because that's what a lot of people like. They like their custom like Yeti mugs and whatnot. Probably $25 or something like that.
That's an amazing price.
Yeah, just because it doesn't take me long to do it, especially if someone already has their design, like, and they have it in like a DXF file or an SVG file or something that they can just send over to me and I can import in. I don't have any design time with that. It's just laser time with that.
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't take long at all. So that's where that's kind of where I say the price tends to fluctuate a bit, because it's on a customer by customer basis.
Sure. But wait, there's more. One last question for you. So let's say there's a client out of town and they want to work with you. How can we get that?
Sure.
You know,
So usually,
get the products and everything.
sure. So what I've done in the past, because I do have out of town clients, I've went all the way out to California and Texas.
Oh wow.
Yep. So I've done some works for a softball league that spans 8 states, and Texas is where they're based out of.
Mm-hmm.
And I do all of their. Actually, here's a sample of one. I don't want to show the name of this particular player, but this was a sample piece that I did right here for them.
Nice.
And they contacted me and wanted me to do these bag tags, which that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not a lot of material and it's something, normally I will just order the material in myself and have it delivered here. I'll engrave it, I'll do whatever needs to be done, and then I'll just ship it out. So normally I do like priority shipping, and depending on the size of the package, you can range. Generally, for something like that, I sent, 30 or 40 of them out, and the shipping was like $10.
Huh.
So it's cheap, but that's the thing is, I don't charge people for my time to actually take something to the post office. It's just they pay for shipping and handling charges and whatever the material cost is to bring it in, and then my time. So again, that's a case by case basis. You know, somebody in Texas is going to pay a little bit more for something like this to be delivered than somebody in Chicago.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
It's just where you're at
Depends,
geographically.
yeah.
But even in that, it's only the shipping cost is the only difference. Like the pricing for me stays the same. So.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in with us and
Thank
giving
you.
us a glimpse and look, you know, in your life and the things that you do is very interesting.
Thank you.
I don't know. This man self-taught himself, by the way. Like, it's probably 2 days worth of training they gave him and basically like booted him to the side. Like, all right, you know, you're on your own. And he really like went on his way and did extra research. Like, this is somebody you should definitely check out if you want any type of engraving done. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for tuning in to the C&Q show. Make sure y'all continue to like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. And don't forget to share all of our YouTube videos. And by the way, all of this information will be in the description box down below. So make sure y'all get in contact with him. Check him out. And thank y'all for tuning in.
Say that you love me and mean what you say. Promise you love me and tell me you'll stay. Such a good man, so I know we gon' win. That do us part, I'm here till the end. Reiki, I'm feeling your energy, babe. You move me to be such a better woman. Uplifted, building, investing this year. Making sure futures and babies secure.